hill, hill where I say to her, about her humperdinck, how long was it before you got married, and all that speech, right? And we're shooting it, and Andre comes up on this all-terrain, a very loud thing. It's louder than, a jet engine, really. It's a really old school or British all-terrain vehicle, right? Comes up, he goes, "Hey, boss." I go, "Hey, Andre, you like my toy?" I said, "Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun." "It is fun, you want to try it?" I said, "Well, Andre, I have to shoot a scene right," and he didn't wait for me to finish. Just took right off, right? More people chasing him. Shot a take, which I think we had to go back and redo in ADR because it was ruined by the sound of Andre's all-terrain vehicle. But anyway, we shot a good take. The director, Rob Reiner, was happy. We cut. Up comes Andre again. Comes right up to me. He goes, "You know you want to." You know where this is going, right? Yes. That's exactly what happened. Like a twit, Andy, I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I took off my mask. I thought that would help, having a better peripheral vision, right? And his bodyguard, he had a bodyguard. I swear to God, this guy was 5'2". For real. And I said to him, "What are you guarding him from, the flu?" And he comes up to me, he goes, "Oh, it's very easy, Governor. It's just like a motorbike. Here's your clutch pedal, brakes, very important, accelerator, on-off switch, lights, you won't need them, daylight. Bob's your uncle." That should have warned me right there. Andre gets off this thing, it went up another 8 feet. I climb on this thing like I'm getting on a Clydesdale stallion, right? No business at all being on it. I'm trying to look cool, right? And I flip the thing into first gear and I lurch forward and I literally didn't get further than, I think, a foot and a half. And I went over a rock and I caught my left big toe between the clutch pedal and the rock, and it snapped it very quickly. Very quick snap. And you could hear it.
Ouch.
And the funny thing happens when you break a bone. Every single pore in your body decides it's time to sweat. Every single one is like a warning that something dreadful has happened. And I knew immediately, I went, "Oh, great. 1 week into filming, and the greatest swordsman in the world has just broken his foot." And I'm thinking, I'm going to be fired. For sure, I'm going to be fired. It's a miracle they cast me in this movie anyway. I wasn't a very well-known actor, and neither was Robin, but she had a lot more, she had a lot more work behind her. She was in a soap opera called Santa Barbara. I had done maybe 2-3 movies tops, right? I thought, that's it. They're going to replace me, shoot it all over, and that's it. What am I going to do? So now the set nurse comes up, God bless her. Every set has a nurse, thank God. She comes up, she's got her little, medical bag, and she goes, "Oh, what happened? Oh, yeah." And I'm acting like the Black Knight in Monty Python. No, it's nothing, it's just a flesh wound, it's nothing. She goes, "Let's take the boot off and have a look." I said, you don't have to. She goes, "Yeah, we should probably look at it." So they take the boot off. That didn't hurt at all. And she takes my sock off, and there's the toe, and it's sort of dangling.
Oh,
like it's like a wet fish. And she went, "Ooh." It's not a medical term at all. She went, "Ooh, look at that. Never seen anything like that. Look all the colours. So many colours." So I said, "Look, is there anything you can do?" She goes, "I'm a set nurse, I've got stuff." She opens her bag, she goes, "I've got stuff for a headache, I've got something for a tummy ache. That's a broken limb, you've got to go to the hospital for that." and I knew, Andy, that if I went to the hospital, I'm not coming back. You know, once you leave a set for a medical emergency, that's pretty much a wrap for the day for you, and possibly a wrap for the whole picture, given the severity of the accident and the trauma. Anyway, so I thought, can you do a temporary fix? You know, and God bless her, she's like, well, I can make a splint. I said, great, let's do that. So she grabs a couple of tongue depressors, and she breaks them in half, and she takes some surgical tape, and she puts the toe next to the other ones, and puts the tongue depressor between it, and then tapes them all together. Again, didn't hurt at all. So now it's all swollen, and the boot won't fit because it's a size 15 now, and they have to cut a hole in the back of the boot for it to slide on, and now I'm thinking this is insane. So I get in the van because now they want me back on the set to finish shooting the scene with Robin. And that was the longest ride I've ever taken in a van in my life, I gotta be honest. And I'm driving up to the set and I'm thinking, I don't want to be fired off this movie. I can see it now in the headlines. Twit British actor breaks foot playing Wesley in The Princess Bride and is fired. And I thought, that's not a headline I want to see. So I decided I was going to brazen it out like a twit, like it was no big deal, because I'd never broken a limb before. I thought, oh, it'll be fine, I'll work it out, right? I mean, obviously I wasn't thinking straight. So I get to the set, and Rob's there waiting, Rob Reiner, director. And I literally jumped out of the van onto my foot, like just eating the pain, right? And I walk up to him without a limp. How I did that, I don't know, but I did. And I go, hey, Rob. And he goes, hey, Cary. I go, how's it going? He goes, it's good. I want to finish the scene. How you doing? I said, I'm fine. He goes, oh, really? I said, yeah, I'm fine. Why? He goes, how are you doing? And that's when I knew that he knew. And I said, oh, Rob, I'm so sorry. I feel like such a twit. I was fooling around on Andre's all-terrain vehicle, and I went over a rock, and I think I broke my toe. He goes, you think I don't know? It's been on the walkie-talkie for the last half hour. He goes, why didn't you tell me? I said, I was afraid you would fire me. And that's my agent, just tell him I'll call him. And the walkie-talkie, yeah. Good timing. He said, why didn't you tell me? I said, well, I was afraid you would fire me. And he said the most heartwarming thing to me, Andy. He said, fire you? How could I fire you? There's no one else who can play Wesley. And I literally, my heart just filled with love for this man. And I said, wow, that's really sweet. He goes, listen, can you run? I go, not so great. He goes, can you walk? I said, it'll be an interpretive dance. He said, don't worry, we'll move the fight scene to the end of the movie and give you time to heal, which he did, God bless him. And so you can see a couple of scenes where the interpretive dance, like for instance, when I'm running into the fire swamp with Robin, with Buttercup, and I stop and I say, your big fiancé is too late. I'm literally hopping into the fire swamp. It's absurd. I don't know why no one noticed it, but that's me keeping all the pressure off my left foot. And so I had to continue training to learn how to sword fight, less leg work and more arm work. And in a way, and I don't recommend this if you want to learn how to fence, but in a way it actually made me focus more on learning how to be left-handed, and I became better at it because I had more time focused. Anyway, that's that story.